We think that the problem with divorce in today's society is that you need two consenting partners. This is okay if both partners are not happy. But there are many cases where only one particular partner wants to leave because they may feel threatened or they are uncomfortable in the relationship, and the other partner does not want to leave the marriage. And these situations happen often in situations where one partner gets abused or one of them does not feel comfortable. And with divorce, you need two consenting partners to do this, and this is why it's more complicated. What we are side position is proposing in today's day is that we want to renew, have these marriage licenses be renewed periodically. That means what we're going to propose is that they will have to renew every 5 years. There will be a deadline every 5 years where they will have to fill in a form, and they fill a form that consents that they want to still continue to be in this marriage. And if one partner does not want to be in this marriage, does not be in this marriage, and don't sign the form, then the marriage will end. And this means that only one partner needs to consent. And lastly, in our model, all the specific requirements on who gets what share of the marriage will all be done by the court. Today, I'll be talking about how one, the key importance about marriage, and two, how with this license it can help strengthen relationships between partners. And my second speaker will talk about how marriage license can promote female empowerment. Before I move on,
You say that they are so abusive that they're not going to sign the divorce form. How are you so that they're not going to be that abusive to force the other partner not to sign for?
You see, that's what I was talking about in my arguments, because of the fact that this marriage license can be done privately. You do not need the consent of the other partner. So when that deadline comes, all you have to do is go sign it, pack your bags, and leave, and then it's done. So now we have my first argument. What is marriage about? Marriage is about when two people that may or may not love each other, but they are comfortable with living with one another. They're willing to take on the responsibility, their financial responsibility to support one another, to have the responsibility to look after their children, and the responsibility to look after one another. Within a marriage, they need to be able to understand one another, to be able to put up with one another through thick and thin. And we think that if any party in a marriage feels that they can't cope with the responsibilities required to be in the marriage, they shouldn't have the right to leave, especially when those responsibilities are now going to involve their child and may potentially involve children. We think that since a relationship is about more than two people, you need both to be happy to stay in a marriage. So if one is not happy and they have and there's this potential for that one particular individual to affect someone else's lives and to affect their own lives, they should have the right to leave a marriage when they don't feel comfortable with it. We think the problem with divorce that we have in today's society is that one, it is not immediate. Two, it requires both consent. And three, you need to negotiate with your partners. This becomes a problem in extreme cases. We talk about domestic abuses, which have been underreported, because they are afraid if they file a divorce, they have to get the consent of their partners. They have to negotiate. They have to make their partners sign it. When they do that, when they have talked with their partners about signing the consent form, their partners will abuse that behavior, will beat them because they and get mad at them that they want to report this violence, and they get mad at them that they even want to get a divorce in the first place. And the worst part about divorce is that it can't happen immediately. So when they have to negotiate with their partners, there's this potential of them getting hurt, and therefore they won't want to get divorced. So what will happen is that these individuals and their children will get stuck in this cycle for a very, very long time. Their life will be at risk, and they can never ever move on with their lives because of this barrier that divorce puts on them. There are times where even children get abused, but their parents are afraid to file a divorce. And our model allows for one partner that's in this situation to make this decision on their own. Since it affects children, the government should have the right to actually allow this marriage license to be renewed, to provide an easier avenue for these one individual partner to protect themselves to get out of the relationship.
your model say that you have to renew every 5 years. What if they abuse on the first year? You have to wait another 4 years because you have no other alternative.
The problem is this, that a divorce can take so long to get even accepted in court, to even be viewed in court. The problem is that it takes so long. But the thing is that even some divorces take so long that you may never even get to go to court after 10 years. But the fact that we have this policy, the 5-year policy, it gives them the hope that at least at the end of that 5th year, they can find a way to escape. They can find an avenue to get out. At least this for confirm, that's for sure, that there will be a time where they will be allowed to leave. But unlike in divorce, you have no idea when your case will be prioritized over others, when you'll be able to allow to leave the marriage because of divorce, and thus it is harmful for these people. Now on to my next argument on how it helps strengthen with this license, it helps strengthen the relationships between people. Because now the problem that we have in marriage right now is another problem is that it is taken for granted. Because they think that divorce takes 2 consenting partners. And because of that, divorce requires 2 consenting partners. Partners can easily get away with immoral actions. They tend to act irresponsibly. They feel that there's no need to put an effort in the relationship because they think that their partner can never get out of it if they are like stuck in this forever. Thus, they don't feel the need to make an effort to act responsibly. But having a license, the couples are going to know that they are that at that 5th year, if they don't put effort in the relationship, they cheat on their partner to someone else, they have an affair, there's this potential that their marriage can end. What this marriage license do places a higher value, a greater significance on marriage. It makes them feel that this marriage is important and it can be taken away from them in a split second. So it forces them to feel the need to act responsibly. It forces them to become more conscious with their actions and less and more conscious to think about all the responsibilities that they need to take. So because we believe that not only our model will protect the people who need to get out of the